And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Exact the vengeance of the sons of Israel from the Midianites, and at last you shall be added to your people. And Moses spoke to the people, saying, Fully arm men from you to do battle before the Lord against Midian, to requite vengeance on Midian from the Lord. Send 1,000 from a tribe by 1,000 from a tribe, from all the tribes of Israel to do battle. And they numbered from the thousands of Israel 1,000 from a tribe, 12,000 armed for battle. And Moses sent them off, 1,000 from a tribe by 1,000 from a tribe, with their force, and Phinehas son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest. And the holy vessels and the signal trumpets were in their hands. And they did battle against Midian, just as the Lord had commanded Moses, and they killed every male. And the kings of Midian they killed together with their slain, even Ois, and Saur, and Rokom, and Aur, and Robach, 5 kings of Midian. And Balaam son of Beor they killed with a sword together with their slain. And the Israelites plundered the women of Midian, and their chattel and their cattle, and all their possessions, and they plundered their army. And all their cities, those in their settlements and their quarters, they burned with fire. And they took all the plunder and all their spoils, from human to animal. And they brought to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to all of Israel's sons the body of captives, and the spoils and the plunder to the camp, to Arabah of Moab, which is at the Jordan opposite Jericho. And Moses went out, and Eleazar the priest, and all the rulers of the congregation, to meet them outside the camp. And Moses was angry with the overseers of the force, with the officers of thousands, and with the officers of hundreds, who had come from the battle line of the war. And Moses said to them, Why did you take every female alive? For these were for the sons of Israel, according to the word of Balaam, for the purpose of removing and despising the word of the Lord, on account of Phogor. And there was the blow in the congregation of the Lord. And now kill every male among all the chattel, and kill every woman, whoever has known a male's bed. And as for all the chattel of the women, whoever has not known a male's bed, capture them alive. And as for you, encamp outside the camp 7 days. Everyone who kills and who touches the wounded person shall be purified on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, you and your body of captives. And you shall purify every garment and every article of skin, and every artifact of goatskin, and every wooden article. And Eleazar the priest said to the men of the force, who were coming from the battle line of the war, This is the requirement of the law that the Lord instructed to Moses. Apart from the gold and the silver and bronze and iron and lead and tin, every object that shall pass through in fire shall also be cleansed. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water for purification. And whatever things do not go through fire shall pass through water. And you shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be cleansed, and afterwards you shall come into the camp. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the sum total of the spoils of the captivity, from human to animal, you and Eleazar the priest, and the rulers of the paternal families of the congregation. And you shall divide the spoils between the warriors who went out into the battle line, and between all the congregation. And you shall remove as a levy to the Lord from the men, the warriors who went out into the battle line, 1 soul out of 500 from the humans, and from the animals, and from the cattle, and from the sheep, and from the donkeys. And you shall take from their half, and you shall give Eleazar the priest the first fruits of the Lord. And from the half of the sons of Israel you shall take 1 out of 50, from the humans and from the cattle, and from the sheep and from the donkeys, and from all the animals, and you shall give them to the Levites, who keep the guard duties in the tent of the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did just as the Lord instructed Moses. And the abundance of the plunder that the warriors had plundered was, of the sheep 675,000, and cattle 72,000, and donkeys 61,000, and human souls of the women who did not know a man's bed, all souls 32,000. And the halved part, the portions of those who went out to war was, from the number of the sheep, 337,500. And the levy to the Lord was, from the sheep, 675, and cattle 36,000, and the levy to the Lord, 72, and donkeys 30,500, and the levy to the Lord, 61. and human souls 16,000, and their levy to the Lord 32 souls. And Moses gave the levy to the Lord, the advanced deduction of God to Eleazar the priest, just as the Lord instructed Moses, from the halved part of the sons of Israel, which Moses separated from the warriors. And the halved part of the congregation from the sheep was 337,500, and cattle 36,000, and donkeys 30,500, and human souls 16,000. And Moses took from the halved part of the sons of Israel, the 1 out of 50, from the humans and from the animals, and he gave them to the Levites who were keeping the guard duties of the tent of the Lord, in the manner that the Lord instructed Moses. And there came to Moses all those in charge of the thousands of the force, officers of thousands and officers of hundreds, and they said to Moses, Your servants have received the sum total of the warriors that are with us, and not even one of them is missing. And we have brought forward the gift to the Lord, a man what golden object he found, an anklet and a bracelet and a ring and an armlet for the right arm, and a hair clasp to make atonement for ourselves before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold from them, every wrought article, and all the gold, the advanced deduction that they removed for the Lord, 16,750 shekels, from the officers of thousands and from the officers of hundreds. And the warriors had taken plunder, each one for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold from the officers of thousands and from the officers of hundreds, and brought them into the tent of witness, as a memorial of the sons of Israel before the Lord. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad had a great multitude of cattle. And they saw the country of Jazer, and the country of Galaad, and the place was a place for cattle. And when the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad came forward, they said to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the rulers of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nambra and Heshbon and Elaleel and Sibamah and Nebau and Bayan, the land that the Lord delivered before the sons of Israel, is cattle-rearing land, and your servants possess cattle. And they were saying, If we found favor before you, let this land be given to your domestics for a possession, and do not make us cross the Jordan. And Moses said to the sons of Gad and to the sons of Reuben, Shall your brothers go to war, and you will sit here? And why are you perverting the minds of the sons of Israel, not to cross over into the land that the Lord is giving to them? Did your fathers not do so, when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to observe the land? And they went up to Cluster Ravine and observed the land. And they turned aside the heart of the sons of Israel, not to go into the land that the Lord gave them. And the Lord was angry with wrath on that day, and he swore, saying, If these people who came up out of Egypt, from 20 years and above, who know evil and good, shall see the land that I swore to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, for they have not followed along after me. On the other hand, there are Caleb son of Jephunneh, who had separated himself, and Jesus the son of Naue, for he followed along after the Lord. And the Lord was angry with wrath against Israel, and he made them roam about in the wilderness for 40 years, until the entire generation, those who were doing evil things before the Lord, was utterly consumed. Behold, you rose up in place of your fathers, as a band of sinful persons, to add further to the wrath of the Lord's anger against Israel, because you will turn away from him, to add further to abandon him in the wilderness, and you will act lawlessly against this whole congregation. And they came forward to him and kept saying, Let us build quarters for sheep here, for our animals and cities, for our chattels. And having taken up arms, let us be a vanguard ahead of the sons of Israel, until we bring them to their place. And our chattel will settle in walled cities, because of those that inhabit the land. We will not turn back to our homes, until all the sons of Israel have been apportioned, each one to his inheritance. And let us no longer inherit among them from the other side of the Jordan and beyond, because we have our allotments on the other side of the Jordan in the east. And Moses said to them, If you do according to this word, if you arm yourselves before the Lord for war, then every armed soldier of you shall pass the Jordan before the Lord, until his enemy is wiped out from before him, and the land is dominated before the Lord. And after this you shall turn back, and you shall be innocent before the Lord and from Israel, and this land shall be to you as a possession before the Lord. But if you will not do so, you will sin against the Lord, and you will know your sin when misfortunes overtake you. And you shall build for yourselves cities for your chattel, and quarters for your animals, and what proceeds from your mouth you shall do. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad said to Moses, saying, Your servants will do just as our Lord commands, and our chattel and our wives and all our animals shall be in the cities of Galaad. But your servants will pass by, all armed and arrayed before the Lord for the war, just as our Lord says. And Moses brought together Eleazar the priest, and Jesus son of Naue, and the rulers of the patriarchal tribes of Israel. And Moses said to them, If the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad cross over the Jordan with you, every one armed for war before the Lord, and you gain control of the land before you, then you shall give them the land of Galaad as a possession. But if they do not cross over with you armed for the war before the Lord, then you shall carry over their chattel and their wives and their animals ahead of you into the land of Canaan, and they shall inherit together among you in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad answered, saying, Whatever our Lord says to his attendants, so we will do. As for us, we will cross over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, and you shall give to us the possession on the other side of the Jordan. And Moses gave to them, to the sons of Gad, and to the sons of Reuben, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh of Joseph's sons, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land and the cities, together with its borders, cities of the land round about. And the sons of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Aror, and Sophar, and Jazer, and they raised them up, and Nomra, and Bitharan, strong cities and quarters for sheep. And the sons of Reuben built Heshbon, and Elealeh, and Kiriath-Aim, and Nabau, and Baal-Meon, encircled and Sabama, and they named the names of the cities they built after their own names. And a son of Machir, son of Manasseh, went to Galaad and took it, and he destroyed the Amorite who was living in it. And Moses gave Galaad to Machir, son of Manasseh, and he settled there. And Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took their homesteads, and named them Jair's homesteads. And Nabal went and took Kenath and its villages, and named them Naboth after his name.